Today I want to share with you my thoughts on our church, how we are doing, what we've accomplished in the last year, and what we can hope to accomplish in coming years. I want to share with you my joys in being a part of this community and my dreams for our future together. So let me begin with our church based on some numbers, but right before I do that, I want to share with you, at the end of today's sermon, I'm going to be asking if you would fill in a short little piece of paper that asks for some thoughts on sermons that we can preach, that I can preach over the next year, some topics. So be thinking about that through today's sermon. What are some needs of our community or some areas that you'd like to see me and other preachers touch on throughout this year? So some numbers of the church. We have 358 members. We average 121 people in worship and had 1,649 people join us in worship through our YouTube channel this year. We have 55 children in our Sunday school, 15 teachers, 26 leaders in other groups, 11 youth, and 128 adults involved in other small groups like the United Methodist Women, which has 70 members, and Disciple Bible Study, which had 12 people join their class this past year. We have 22 new members that have joined our church this year, 12 that are newly graduated confirmands about to enter youth group age. We are really looking forward to seeing our youth ministry grow with this influx of new young people. We had 65 engaged in mission work last year, reached 171 kids through our nursery school, and though it is a very rough estimate, we ministered to about 570 people through outreach, justice, and mercy ministries, such as the Food Pantry, Rummage Sale, Kumak, and Family Promise. Let's talk about money for a second. Our campus is a big one. We spend only $30,000 fixing it or on capital improvements, which is a pretty good job. So thank you, Timmy, in the back. Well done. We raised $424,000 through donations and usage fees. That amount was enough to meet our budgetary needs and have a small surplus of a little over $5,000, which is about what we have left over each year. We try and increase our savings so we can have something for a rainy day. But these numbers in and of themselves are not terribly important. What they signal, though, is very important. Our mission is to make disciples of Jesus Christ, and we do it by being a faith community offering opportunities to all people seeking to know God, advance God's kingdom, and do God's will. I try and break that down for folks so we can all understand it a little more easily. We want engaging worship, effective outreach, and small groups that help build us up. To me, these numbers tell us that we are succeeding in our mission, that we are not just treading water, but we are actually thriving. We are working together to do something meaningful, and we are united in Christ to make a difference in our world. That's good news, and that is certainly worth celebrating. I want you to be able to hear from some of the people in our church about their thoughts and feelings about our church. How are we doing accomplishing the mission of the church? Where might we improve? So I've asked a few people to sit down with me and have a chat, and it's going to be on video here. I'm going to start with Ed Demarest, and this video is about 2 minutes long, so here it is. Church.
Yeah, my name is Edward Demarest. And I've been part of this congregation for going on probably about 25 years at this point. And live locally, Wycliffe Lake, and have been active in the church probably for most of those 25 years.
Our goal is to make disciples of Christ by helping people to know God, advance God's kingdom, and do God's will. So we talk about our worship service, our small groups, and our missions and outreach. So you do some stuff with our small groups. Do you want to say a little bit about that?
I haven't been involved with the Disciple program for a piece of time, but that has been ongoing for quite a few years right now. It's for those who would really, really like to delve in and have an opportunity to discuss with other people, read the scriptures, discuss the scriptures together. They usually tend to be anywhere from about 32 to 36 weeks long, so a genuine commitment. It's a small group in the sense that it's not short term, but we usually limit it to about 12 people so there can be good interaction. And then we have done small groups for short term as well on different topics, different books of the Bible, topically sometimes as well. So yeah, we've done something called Kickstart, which over 5 to 6 weeks kind of introduces folks that are a little bit new to the faith or want to reinvestigate maybe their childhood understanding of the faith, go into a few of the real basic, what we consider fundamentals of, what is it we believe and why, and what does belief mean, how does that work itself out in our lives. And we've only done one iteration of that, but it's been received very well. Hope to do more.
Thank you very much, Ed. Appreciate it. All right, so Ed believes that our small groups are a strength of ours. We offer a class requiring a big commitment in disciple Bible study. We have a class looking at fundamentals of faith in Kickstart. And we have plenty of things in between. That's good, but there is another aspect to small groups that I'm learning about, and that is not just how important they are, but how to get folks involved and engaged in small groups. Usually we think that if we offer a few classes, then we have enough programs for people to participate in, and all is well, right? But the fact is, most people are not involved in a small group. The usual route is to say to folks, hey, join the small groups we already offer. But that almost never works. People involved in our church, but not in our small groups, are telling us that what we offer is not for them. So the most effective way to get people involved is to start new small groups. That only happens when people in our church feel the tug of God on their hearts to step up and do something about it. Who among you is ready for that next step? Who here has thought about going deeper in their relationship with God and will bring people together for a new small group? It doesn't take skills or talent. Even the topic of the small group could be just about anything. It could be a hiking group, a sewing group, a restaurant tasting group. Did I intrigue anyone with that last one? It doesn't matter what the topic is. You just have to have a heart for it. We need you. God needs you, and others in our church need you to step up, to make something happen in this area. The question is whether you will rise to the occasion. Will you be Christ's hands and feet so we can truly be the church? Next, we have Carolyn. She's going to share a bit about missions and outreach.
I'm Carolyn Beza, and I'm connected to the Hillsdale United Methodist Church, helping out with the Saturday service and community outreach opportunities.
What are we doing as a church? What could we be doing as a church? What would you like to say in that area?
Right now we're preparing for our second annual Hunger Doesn't Take a Vacation food drive.
What are some of those opportunities that you see available to us?
It's been discussed, and I think it's a great idea to do something around the time of the anniversary of Hurricane Sandy. There's still a lot of work to be done, and it's been mentioned on Sundays how much more needs to be done for people who are displaced. Another thing would be at the holidays, reaching out to families that and having an event in our church that brings us together with people in our community, either to share a meal or to make holiday decorations or bake cookies. Or it's something that they might not have the opportunity to do or are unable to afford. And another thing is working with organizations that have social events for disabled young adults.
Okay. All right. Some great possibilities there of what the church could do to really be the church and reaching out in love and care and concern for the world there.
Exactly, and doing things that we enjoy doing, but we would be doing it with people that are in our community that we don't know. We're very good at doing things and having events with the people we know.
Yeah, sure.
And it's the people, and we do such a good job with those events to invite the community in to share with us or connect with us would be tremendous.
Well, thank you for your time, Carolyn. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right, so you heard Carolyn plug our Hunger Doesn't Take a Vacation food drive. She also shared that there are ripe opportunities for us to connect with our community. It doesn't take much, just a willingness to reach out to others and then offer consistent service. That's how we make a difference. I'm grateful for the ways we already provide for our community. The Food Pantry, Family Promise, and Kumak are some great services we support. But as Carolyn said, there is more that can be done. We are not asking people for more money for those services, though money always helps. What we really need are people directly involved in helping others. When you see the needs of people, we grow in our empathy. So how can you get connected? Perhaps you're ready to get involved in a new opportunity. It doesn't take much, just genuine concern for others. Last, I want you to hear from Myron and Joe, members of our youth group. And this is from youth, so it's a little different, but here we go.
Hi, I'm Myron, and you see me a lot around the church, helping out, volunteering. You'll see me at Vacation Bible School, Dream Project, and especially the dramas.
And I'm Joe. I'm recently somewhat new. I've been kind of just brought in and now I'm in with the praise band and just kind of recording the videos if you watch them on YouTube. And,
all four of us, I'm one of them.
And yeah.
So what are your thoughts from your perspective as you look at what's happening in the church? What do you see? What do you think is going well? What can we improve on?
Oh, the church is perfect. It's like A+. Like, I can't see literally anything you can improve on except maybe add a few more of those awesome dramas back into the services. Those are pretty good.
How are we doing as a church? How are we doing connecting with young people? What would you say?
I think connecting with the young people is good.
Connecting with young people who are already in the church is good, but connecting with the young people of the community, we still need to reach a bit further out to them because we do have like VBS, but that's like young people.
Yeah, for the kids.
We're like oriented more towards like we need like teenagers, because right now 8 out of 10 teenagers are not doing what teenagers should be doing. Like they're doing many illicit activities, getting in trouble, which is not. I don't think that's good in any way. I think that if we gave them something better to do by coming to the church on a Saturday night and just have a video game tournament or a pizza, watch a movie, opposed to going out to some big rager and getting wasted.
All right, anything you want to say to close out?
Baseball.